Well, good afternoon, everybody. Well, today it's finally starting, and the news is not good. What I will do right now is I will share my screen and show you the contents of an email that was received today, and you'll start to understand. But first, I'll show you the email. It is here. Right, let me read you the email. It says, "We are currently reviewing the impacts of COVID-19 on the employment market in relation to the relevant skilled migrant category instructions, including the industry and employment. I've acknowledged the letter you have provided me regarding your employment conditions and taking into consideration the industry you are involved in. I will need to wait for further internal advice on how to proceed with your application at a later stage." So I'll stop sharing the screen, come back. So what does that all mean? Well, unfortunately, as I predicted all along, I believe the government has suspended processing of the great majority of skilled migrant category applications because of COVID-19. The government needs to understand the impact of COVID-19 on the unemployment situation for New Zealanders. This email was received this morning for an applicant who is an accountant. Now that's a fairly skilled occupation, and with a bit of luck and hopefully this applicant will end up being okay. But what it does is signal that doesn't matter whether you qualified several months ago with all the points. This signals to me that the government is preparing to introduce new rules under the Immigration COVID-19 Response Amendment Act to change and alter those occupations that are considered skilled. And this is because New Zealand voters coming into this election will punish this government severely if people are being given work visas and residence for jobs that unemployed New Zealanders can do. There are going to be somewhere between 100, 200,000 unemployed New Zealanders in the near future. Once the wage subsidy runs out, I believe the numbers of unemployed are going to skyrocket. And so I think those of you who are in jobs such as working in dairies as retail managers, cafe managers, coffee shops, and let's be honest, coffee shops are suffering tremendously, and it won't get any better for a long time because the tourism industry is being decimated right now. And jobs like that, where New Zealanders are perceived can do them, I think there's a good chance that the government, and I said that for the last 4 months, good chance the government will change the rules. This is the first letter that I'm aware of that arrived this morning for an accountant, and they're saying, "We are waiting for further internal advice on how to proceed with your application at a later stage." They're not even going to proceed right now, they're waiting. The reason they're waiting is the government are not sure of the full impact of COVID-19. We already know there are nearly 100,000 newly unemployed, but once the wage subsidy finishes, it's going to be worse. We already know that the border is going to remain closed almost certainly into 2021. I don't believe the bubble with Australia will go ahead in September as planned because of the COVID-19 cases that are happening now here and in Australia. So the government does have a huge problem. And so they're looking at the skilled migrant category. And I believe this email is proof positive that's what they're doing. This person is an accountant. This is a highly skilled job. And they're looking at the industry that the person's working in and the occupation. So look, as I've always said, I don't like being the bearer of bad news. However, you are entitled to know what the heck is going on. Our Minister of Immigration, Ian Lees-Galloway, Ian is so absent. I think he should be out there telling us the truth. Let's be transparent. You know, we can guess what the truth is, and it's not his fault, okay? It's not the government's fault. COVID-19 is nobody's fault, but it is a reality. And the very least our government, our minister could do is actually go through some of the difficulties they are facing, because I agree it's not fair for all of you who are trapped in no man's land. You don't know what to do, where to go. So anyway, that's the news today. I believe this is just the start. Anyway, if I can help, if my staff can help, feel free to contact us as per the details at the end of this video. Again, thank you for listening.